Taurus, welcome. It's the Rainbow Wizard. I will be doing a reading for you, and it is for the beginning of March, second week of March, technically. Thank you so much for stopping by, Taurus. I really appreciate your time, your love, your comments, and thank you so much for, just supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. So let's see what is in store for you, Taurus. Now, I am not the one to follow an agenda, so that's me. But the main content is to look into a person that is showing up in your life. I always say this, please, you decide who this person is. Personally, I have most of the time used tarot as a way also to manifest, whether it's a specific person or if I'm looking at something else, it can be used as a manifestation tool. Personally, I don't really use it so much for, well, I can as well, but to kind of maybe, let's say, exaggerate my feelings in a negative way. If I'm not in a, let's say, if I'm in a negative if I'm feeling negative about something to begin with, if you understand what I mean. But I like absolutely all kinds of tarot. If I'm going to listen to something, let's say I know it's going to to make me angry because I'm in a bad emotional state myself, then I tend to avoid it. So that's usually the advice I give to anything. But whether you watch tarot or you watch a movie, isn't it always according to your mood, or it should be, right? If you were to feel a certain way. I mean, I have my best friend, she watched horror for entertainment and she doesn't feel anything different around it, right? She's just used to it. If that was me, I would need to go to a psychiatrist afterwards. Doesn't matter if I was in a good mood, right? So I would say it is the same as anything else. You must not, I would not saying you must, I always advise against watching anything that would kind of send you into some kind of emotional state that would make it difficult to get out of. That's usually an advice I would like to give. But otherwise, I hope tarot is giving you the clarity that you need. I believe it is a modern day of psychology. So that's off a tangent. I will leave to one side now, and now let's look at what is in your energy, my dear Taurus. We are in Pisces season. It's a beautiful day here in London. The sunshine is amazing. I felt yesterday that I was like doing an après ski in the Alps, because when you go skiing, it's like really nice and sunny in the day, but it gets so cold in the evening. It was kind of that vibe. I like it. Obviously, I wasn't skiing. Okay, so please like, subscribe, and share the video. All right, I'm going to look into this person first. So you have someone here that's doing things their own way. They can be a little cheeky. They can be a little they always do things their own way. And sometimes this person can come across as someone that is sneaky in a way about going about things, especially when it comes to how they earn money. They can have a reputation of, how did this person get so wealthy? What, do they rob a bank on their time off? Or I don't know. They have this, they don't do that. I don't see this person rob any banks, but they are someone that can tend to be a little bit, they just do things their own way, and they're very successful doing things their own way. And it looks like they're coming into a success here as well. When it comes to their relationships, I see this person is someone that have close relationships when it comes to their work situation, but they could have something about either they have their living situation can be a bit chaotic, or they argue with people. They just find that people are a bit up in their grill kind of thing. This person could they might be a lonely wolf at times. Now, when it comes to their close surroundings, I This person could have number 6 in their birthday. This person could have like they are someone that's trying to fulfill a childhood dream at the moment. It is possible that you and this person have a past life connection, and they feel this pull towards you, whether it was before or after you met. This person have very fond memories of you, and this is someone that they do like to look at the positive in what's happened in their life. Basically, they tend to, well, they tend to be lighthearted in love, let's say. So whether this experience with you and them didn't end well, it's right now this person is thinking about the good memories. They are longing for you, and they're longing to come towards you and tell you a truth, perhaps about why they disappeared, if they did, or perhaps about something they were hiding and why that's coming up here. Maybe they also have recently become single, independent. Maybe they've been striving for their independence. Maybe they were involved with a family matter for a while as well. Either way, they are breaking free from that what they were involved in that was perhaps holding them back when it comes to pursuing a relationship, or pursuing what they want, what their happiness. I see that it's possible this person in the past, they have been in a long-term relationship with someone they met almost like in school, like they've been with someone from their same culture or something like that, and it might be that this person have broken free from their usual maybe setting or that relationship as well. I'm picking up. Okay, can we get some messages for the person that Taurus, the person that is in Taurus life at the moment, Taurus person basically. I can't speak this morning. Takes me a while to warm up. I also went to bed very late. Note to self, don't start watching a series at 10 o'clock in the evening. It does become 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so this person might have Leo in their chart, maybe Sagittarius, Aries. So this person have definitely walked away from, I see this person have, it's an interesting reading or interesting energy. So they are pursuing a childhood dream, or they are pursuing what they love. They are being authentic, they're being open, they are no longer hiding something they were walking away from. This person is starting a brand, a new beginning. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. This person is starting a brand new beginning. They might have had a side hustle that they kept hidden, and therefore people are questioning, what are they doing? Maybe this person, it's like, okay, they do something in the daytime that is, okay, everyone knows it in a way, but then they also spend equally some time on something else, and they kept that hidden until they got the success they wanted. But there's been a lot of talk about what were they up to when they were away, and maybe you also question that what was happening in this person's life here. What were they up? What are they about? So I see this person have success in their endeavors. They have the success they were wanting to achieve in order to start this new beginning. I also see them, either they were dealing with an Aries, I'm getting Aries, or perhaps an air sign. Wow. Pisces could be as well, but I think it's not as important. This person you're dealing with could have like Pisces in their chart. They could have Pisces in their chart. They could have been dealing with a Gemini, and Gemini or Aries. This person have now said, now these obstacles aren't in the way. I've set myself free from whatever I wanted to hide here, and now I'm living a life that is, I'm going still to conquer my fears. I'm still going to have some, someone is going to talk, someone is going to say something, someone's going to intervene, but I don't care about that anymore. So this person is going to be quite open to you. They're going to be open to like their surroundings. I'm picking up a very upbeat, happy new start, right? This person is going to be vulnerable. They are no longer about hiding anything or tiptoeing around anyone. Very like this person have very much of a fast, clear energy and communication about them. So a Taurus, it can be this person is brand new, but with the Six of Cups, most likely you know who they are. But this is very pure energy. Now, if you watch my readings, I'm quite sort of, I would say, I do speak in a very passionate way. If something is kind of like, oh, this is very much of a warning, or oh, this is a new beginning. So I can't really persuade people what you observe, but sometimes when you get comments, you think like, oh, did that person actually watch the reading? Because I know sometimes when people watch readings, it's like, no, I don't want this person back, or someone is like, yeah, I only want this person back. So I don't really make my readings according to comments. However, I want to emphasize here is that this is very new. With when aces show up, there's so many aces showing up. This is very much of a fresh air, fresh breath of air. You are going to be that to someone as well. There, like the love is filled up as if you met the first time. That's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like the same as when you met the first time. It won't feel outdated. It won't feel like, oh, was it them? Was it, if I remember they had a better haircut back then. So if they only had a better haircut, or it's not going to be that kind of, it's not going to be like, oh, I wish that person was a stranger. It's going to feel like this powerful connection that is just the first time that you meet them. You will feel this pull towards each other. And I'm getting the Queen of Wands. You could show up in that energy, like you could be also very much open to the new, or sort of, you're quite enthusiastic and fierce, and you have also taken time to reflect here. And it's like the King of Cups, as they are embodying right now, I think the combination actually works, because it's it's not really about the star signs here. It's about that, I feel always that when the masculine is more like open to be very vulnerable, and it allowing the feminine to kind of be that confident, like let them even be seen as someone competing for them. I think sometimes it is a good start, especially when you're younger, but that's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I see here that this person, they see you as someone very beautiful. You get a lot of attention. And even if you feel like, no, I don't get any attention, I don't, it's not, that's the energy you're embodying at the moment, Taurus. It's like you're going to feel as well that you are, it's almost like you have shed a skin. And we are in the year of the snake as well. And it is the year of shedding a skin. I actually picked up as well that, oh no, I don't have room for all the cards. So that's, it was quite funny because I was reading to my aunt, and she's born year of the snake, and I'm born year of the snake, like on the cusp, but I'm more year of the horse. So anyway, so I was reading. My mother asked, like, she was the year of the monkey, and she was asking about money, and I just read, it's like one of the Google things, like, yeah, you're gonna make a lot of money. She was so happy, and then my aunt is my mom's sister, so then I was reading the snake. 12 years curse is entering. Like, that was so funny because. You never really heard about the Chinese sign. The first thing you hear is like a 12 years curse. Oh my gosh, they're not holding back on being. It was quite like, obviously you can only laugh at it, but there is something about a curse, a karmic experience for a snake as well. Year of the snake. It means actually this will be the year of the snake's maybe toughest year, where they have an opportunity to change something about them. Yeah. So that's coming up, but it's about changing the skin, changing a layer, leaving that old skin behind, and changing a skin, a layer as well. That takes time. I think last year was maybe a year where a lot of people, because I hear that, but maybe it's just me, that a lot of people went through a very difficult year emotionally. Like You can even look back at last year personally as well, actually. And did I live the same place? Yes. Do I live in a beautiful place? Yes. Was there any reason for me to feel like that I didn't have what I needed? No, but it was an emotional, challenging year where I would say that I had the experience of shedding a skin where, so that I think is the year of the snake for most people are moving into this year with a new skin. And I see that you might have that experience, Taurus, because it's something about last year you were investing, nurturing, growing your plants, but you might have been restless or might have felt like you ended up subscribing to like other people's maybe negativity, where it was like, when you invest in something, it's gonna take this time, but always talking about it in a negative way. And maybe you moved into this thought process as well and thought, yeah, true, it's gonna take a lot of time. It's still gonna take that time. That's how it is, that sort of talk. But now it's changed for you. You're like, it's gonna take as long time as I decide for it to take. I'm in more control. So you feel a lot more upbeat at the same time, still being grounded, still doing what you've been doing that will work for you, but in much more upbeat. So sipping on my coffee here. So the energy around you, Taurus, it's extraordinary. I would say, extraordinary. I had a reading yesterday. Actually, it was 2 readings I did where I was like, I don't think I can do tarot anymore. I think I can, because sometimes I absorb the energy, and it was when I was doing Pisces and Scorpio. It wasn't about the star sign. It was just really a heavy energy, and I wasn't prepared for it. And I picked up something, and I was like, I got like almost into a depressive state of mind. It was very weird. I had to leave the house. I went out and went about my day and came back, and I was like, fine. That happens sometimes when I do tarot. I'm not perfect. Like, I don't always know how to. It's a bit like when you go to the gym. And you're like, I'm in good shape today. I've done this a lot of times. I don't need to stretch. Just like, just warm a little bit up. And then suddenly that time you decide to lift too heavy, and you're like, okay, now I know I need to stretch. So yeah. Anyway, off on a tangent. This reading is very upbeat. This reading is very pure. This reading is for those of you that have changes a skin, perhaps reprogrammed your mind a little bit. It's like a huge change in your mindset. And you are pulling in this person, they are pulling in you. It's quite an extraordinary transformation that has happened. And now you are reaping what you've been sowing, Taurus, really. Now you can harvest what you have been sowing. And if you see here, we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. The truth coming out as in a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough in communication. This is flowing. This is like, okay, let's just focus on what we enjoy in life. Let's do that. So yeah, it's a major breakthrough. And you will really start to see like, okay, what is it that you enjoy, and what does your sort of ideal life look like? What is it that you are aiming for when you invested as well in the blockage that you had on yourself? It seems to be it's going to lift because you have been aligning, you've been patient, you're in a strong position and a sound venture, and your vibration is higher because you perhaps accepted that it took some time to heal. If you had a bad day, maybe you eventually accepted that I don't feel that great. I don't feel that positive today. I don't feel it, and I needed some time to rest. And sometimes in life, when we look back at whatever, that's what people say, this was a bad year, this was a bad month, this is a good week. It has mostly to do with the mental state and how you dealt with something. Because when we're dealing with everything in a sort of if we don't let it get to us, we don't have to go down that lane, then things just flow, right? So I see here that the blockage was in your thoughts. Perhaps you were subscribing to this dogma way of thinking, where it was like, it's more like this to become a successful person in this field, let's look at the most realistic, but I'm going to stick to I'm going to make it even worse than that. Like it's sort of like forgetting that you are the person that can control it with your passion, but you didn't feel that, but now you have sort of come back into the version of you that can create much faster. You're feeling a lot more aligned with your feminine side, or along with your sort of leadership style, or like you feel more like, you know what, I do feel happy the way I look, I accept myself how I am, I do feel like I have a sensual, mysterious energy, and I want to embody that. I'm proud of it. So there's a lot of change around you, Taurus, that it's kind of, yeah, you're starting to upgrade in many areas of your life, and especially your finances. So let's talk about love. Love is something you haven't really, maybe you wanted it, but you haven't really been in that frame of mind, it seems like, because you've been in the Four of Swords, where it's like, you know, your opportunities, but something about in your mind that you got into the same place when it came to love. It's like, love is hopeless, love isn't for me. Yes, I know I have options, yes, I know I can get it, but I don't gel well with it at the moment, because there was a reason for it, because you have been separated from the one that you truly love, but you decided perhaps to again subscribe to the fact that can't have them, we can't be together for whatever reason. And then it might have also made you sort of flattened when it comes to love, because it's like, okay, and I want everyone to sort of understand that there is no such thing as reality of what we can or can't have. It's no one, like, again, is whatever you subscribe to. If you say that, oh, I was dreaming about it being an actor when I was a child, but then, you know, I had to be really bad going with it, and then I gave up on it, and then you try to become a you know, something completely opposite, and because you are like, no, acting isn't for me. And of course, if you keep pursuing that, you can be good in it, you can get investments, you go for like, oh, that's what a lot of people say, oh, I'm just going to go for the basic income, and look at it as a negative thing. Like, in these days, there are no such thing as we have to do only one thing. It's not. When it comes to love here, you might have said that, no, this person's a horrible person, they made me unhappy, they did this and that. So whatever the thought was about the situation in love, you knew that I'm going to look forward. But there was something about one specific connection here that you wrote off, and it kind of made you sad, because it's almost like that childhood dream. It's like, okay, should we have another look at it? So you might have been stubborn and say, definitely not. And that's obviously where everyone will be like, no, like, I've decided this person isn't for me, so there isn't for me. And then there is nothing that could say that, like, but deep within, do you love them? And that's why what I see here, Taurus, is that there is a person here, I believe they have Pisces in their chart, that, you know, under the right circumstances, and when you two open up to each other, when the planets align, so to speak, and that's basically when you two align with that love that you have connected with in your past life, this life, whatever it is, that is the type of love both of you want. So that is a good start. That is where you want to be. I see that this love for you two is here now to be combined. So if this is someone that you know who is, when I'm speaking about them, and you feel that, yeah, well, it sounds good, but actually I don't really see the positive things that you'd mention about them, and then it's kind of, I see here that both of you are going to look at this love story with new eyes, new heart, new everything. However, for most of you, I don't feel necessarily this is someone you had a relationship followed with a really negative history or anything. I see here that it didn't work out that time, because again, you looked at this connection just in a way of like, no, we shouldn't pursue each other. I don't really see more to it, to be honest. I don't really see this reading is about a relationship that you want to work on. That is, you know, you were in a relationship, you broke up and it was terrible, like you took each other to court perhaps. I don't really see something like that. I see I see this being a bit different. For some of you, it can also be that there was a person you had a relationship with that you divorced as well. So that could be. And maybe for some of you as well, Taurus, is that you thought that, okay, marriage is terrible. I don't want this type of person. I want another type of person. But it's almost like you have made peace with every relationship situation that you've had. And that is very important in any relationships. In any relationship, we must always make peace with every relationship. That's why you see, if you with parents, for instance, when you fall out with parents, don't have the parent, whatever the situation is, the more peace you make with it, that you will also see the positive in the person that you bring in, because very often we pull in similarities with the relationship we have with parents or the current sort of state of affairs in our mind. So if you hate you have this, I don't want anyone to be like my dad, or I don't want anyone to be like my mom, that passion you put into it, guess who's going to show up? Someone that's very similar. So that's coming up here. You made peace with it. You made peace with the relationship you've had in the past. If you had a divorce with someone, for instance, you've gone through a divorce with someone, you might feel, oh gosh, I'm best not to get married. But then with that mindset blocking you for future happiness with someone else, because why give it any description? Why say that I don't want to get married because I had a bad experience? Just to give you an example. So you are lifting a block that you've had that was based around your healing, and now you're truly open to opportunities. Before you were open to opportunities, but with a blocked mind because you did not heal. So some of you could have, let's say any therapist, or just, time heals all. But with that time heals all, you have been working on yourself. See? So here as well, if you were dealing with a Capricorn that was greedy when it comes to money, they were there to teach you about, okay, what you don't want as well. For some of you could have dealt with that either in your family, or someone is like you have been given that, sold the idea, or just forced the idea that, okay, relationship, marriage, it has to do with financial support, otherwise that is pretty much useless. So that kind of stops you from, subscribing to a way of thinking that has been conditioned. Your mind have been conditioned based on another situation. So I see here, Taurus, is that there's like two of you in a way, the way you're thinking. Your core, your feelings is that you genuinely believe that there is an harmonious relationship for you out there that is aligned with your new identity, your subconsciousness, what it attracts, that is your subconsciousness is attracting that relationship that you truly want to your core, what you believed from the beginning, what you wanted from the beginning, what was your aim to begin with. But then that's where you're at right now. However, when it comes to your surroundings, there are energies for sure, your own mind as well, that is telling you that no, you are going through something that is really difficult to do with the money. It's a money lesson here. Here it is as well that you could have gone through a huge loss when it comes to a person and money, and they took you to the cleaners, let's say, and you're like, this situation here with someone was just hell. Yes. So there could be a person that you've gone through hell and back based on someone. So either if you're male, someone that with Queen of Wands type of energy could have like been the one that you had this experience with, or if you were a female, that could be a male. So you've had that experience, and you are like, it's almost like people around you with the same mindset, negative mindset, they could be clapping and be saying like, see, told you Taurus, told you what that is all about. Or so then, but that doesn't become who you are forever. That is an experience. So that type of experience, so that has definitely been a block here. Someone could also try to sabotage you. Someone is sort of like they gave you a nightmare. They gave you a nightmare, brought you into their hell, and you got stuck in their hell for a while. And when it comes to anybody living close to us, family is one of them. Like buying into families, program thinking, and sometimes you don't even know you're doing it because it's burbling around in our very close to us. So it's easier to be absorbed. Like, trust me, I know exactly what that is. Like, it's just how things is with family. If you're dealing with a relationship, right? I haven't had so many relationships behind me, but the ones I had that have not been, let's say, for me, a negative experience, I know exactly what it feels like to be. It's like, even if that's not my way of thinking, if you're around a narcissistic personality, of course, that is very difficult to maneuver. It's very difficult to, even if you got to do a gray rock method in a relationship like that, you're not going to be your authentic self, are you? It's when you have a troll standing in your living room and you like, I know that troll's not going to really touch me, hurt me, okay? It might just be someone talking negatively, but it's like, it's not a channel you want to listen to. Again, I always look at everything as a channel. You want to switch it on and switch it off, but you will. That sometimes you will use it actually as a fuel for you to be like, when I get that troll out of my way, let me introduce you to the new me. Let me introduce you to the actual person I am. And you might have even taken that as a fuel, Taurus, to be like, I'm just going to show up for myself like no tomorrow and show whoever, people will see the new me or see what I'm about here. So watch out. So you might have felt suppressed, Taurus. You might have felt even abused. You might have felt that, oh my God, like I'm drowning in this negative situation around me. I don't know how to get out of it as well. So whether it is your thinking or someone around you that almost kept you hostage in their really like negative, there's only one way to go, is down the wrong rabbit hole, right? This mindset here, you can drown in it every single day, and it just will never bring you to the destination that you want. So I feel here, Taurus, that you have really dealt with something in your surroundings that was drowning your hope and dreams for your finances, and almost like you got stuck here thinking that, right, this is it. And maybe some of you started drinking, or maybe you watched someone were drinking, like just being very negative here, and it kind of made you pause everything here. So it was a mindset. Some of you could even have, let's say, you've done some healing. Maybe you get even therapy here as well, a type of meditation. It's something about a shift within you where you are, even the justice here, you can go to the left side, the right side, and then you get now I can't remember which one is which, but it's like when you go to, let's say it's the right, you get an experience that you go down the rabbit hole, the wrong one, where it's like if you go down that rabbit hole, you will come back up again, and you have to go the other way because you want to go through your subconscious that is following you through to your dream life, that where you are supposed to be. So if some of you decided, okay, I'm going to stay in this mindset, I'm going to hold on to negative belief, I'm going to go into full blast argument even. So some of you could have been in a court case, and it's like nothing will get you more aggravated probably to go through that. Like that's why everyone will, like, at some point, regardless, it's like read up on the law. You will certainly read up about probably narcissism, and you will, like, it's like all that stuff, you that's kind of, it's, yes, knowledge with the sword, it's knowledge to get it, it's facts, yes, and all that jazz. But when you've done it for so long that you forget that your mindset is not equipped to deal with it, and you're not doing anything to get out of it, that's like really difficult to sort of end that way of thinking without any kind of help. Usually help, I would say, comes in forms of a healer. Usually I use healers, especially as doing a tarot. And I believe in healers, so it's like I will notice my energy shift. I notice like the energy is in mine, so that's definitely can help you. Everyone needs a bit of a tool to get out of it, otherwise you'd be like, oh my God, I'm stuck here in this energy and it's not even my thoughts. So I see that some of you could be an unhealthy way of eating, drinking, and anything that is like an ingredient that will sort of make you stuck in this place of fear, anger, jealousy, and it's more like it becomes almost facts, because if you stay in that abusive, like kind of, whether it's with a family, an ex-spouse you want to get out of, or just a person actually originally you wanted to be with them, and now they took you to the cleaners by taking something off you, you are going to be stuck there for a very long time if you are going to be about the facts, which is the world's facts, saying that, okay, you gotta win because you've been abused, right? Yes, of course, I'm not saying that anyone should go away from being abused, but if you make it your whole world, and I think some of you might have gone into like, it's almost like this person got what they wanted out of you because they got your full focus on it. It's like they kept triggering you, knowing that they're doing something wrong. And then you could have just gone into, no, I'm going to show you. Like, it's almost like fighting like towards a negative person. That's why they say don't argue with a narcissistic person, right? What's the point? Because that's what they want. You're giving the supply into them. So it's like, or of course, it's hard. Let's say even worse, you're staying in a place where it's like the whole areas around you. Like, say if you're in jail, or if you are in an area, neighborhood where it's like, gosh, like there is war, even there is, everyone's talking about a financial crisis, right? Everything is just all about like, there's no opportunities. You must stay here, right? You're gonna die here. There are so many negative things, and then it can become your fact. It's like they said it on the news. You read about it. Look here, you can have several books. It's like, look, read about the narcissist, and here you have read about the law. If someone have broken the rules, read about what you're going to do. If you make that your full-time job, imagine the healing that you miss out on, because how much sooner. Yes, there is fact, but it looks like here, Taurus, that what happened here is that a person for you they saw that they actually made you at some point. Maybe this happened a long time ago, and maybe you're like, what are you on about? That's not me. But it's something about, at least the surrounding here did want to drown you in an impossible situation that you could impossibly get out of. Like, this is going to be your world, Taurus, and this is the fact. It's a bit like, almost like if you say, okay, World War 3 is happening around you. If you're in a war zone, it's like, okay, look at the window, you can see the war. Can you argue again that it's not the war? And can you argue again saying that you're not going to be sad watching the misery that happened? But if you're only going to do that, who says that you're only going to have to watch it? So it's here I'm seeing, Taurus, that you are unsubscribing to the same way of thinking that has pulled you down somehow. And for some of you, it is an ex-spouse. Yeah. You are detaching. You are detaching here. You are pulling yourself up. You are getting up off the water, and you are like, phew, I'm putting the armor of the Queen of Wands. I'm moving forward. I'm going to war here with my destiny that I've created, and that's where I'm at. So for many of you, it's almost like you are rescuing yourself, Taurus, from like a big hole of misery in the thinking. And it's called depression, of course, or any of the the mental states that you can get. I've personally had a depressive state a few times in my life, and I've been sort of questioned, like, oh, do you want to, you can take medication, but I am not a depressed person. So it's more, to me, it has been it's like, okay, remove, especially in the past, used to be alcohol or sugar, or like just the positive thinking, or just people. So that's usually the tools if you are in a temporary sort of, when it comes to especially when you're dealing with any kind of relationships where that person is projecting on you. So yeah, I see that's what has happened for many of you, Taurus. Now, you are kind of finding your strength, Taurus, from zoning out whatever negative energy or people that have been around you in the past. That's going to be eliminating like no tomorrow. And the Wheel of Fortune is then rewarding you with a lot of luck, yeah? And the soulmate connection. So you might also like not be telling people about your dreams and the new you, but you realizing what you have to do, Taurus, to again unsubscribe. And see what's happening here. The Two of Cups and the Lovers. Justice is giving you that. And to talk about love now. There is a relationship here that will unfold. It's a romantic relationship. It's quite the opposite to anything that you've experienced in the past, and what your mind was telling you, or maybe someone else was telling you about relationships. If you don't believe in love, or that's a situation made you stop believing in love, or that's going to change. So it's like you will see, you're going from seeing, so for some of you, love as in a black and white to colors. Like you're like, oh, finally, love does have colors. love does come with colors, because you are saying, no, I want to fight for this. I want to fight for this love and this positivity and my dream life and this dream relationship. So you're pulling yourself out of a situation, or thinking when it comes to love. Like, there could have also been someone using spells, manipulation, all this stuff, right? And I think, even that, of course, I'm always personally curious about all that, people that project, how you pick it up as well. Of course, spell work. I think any kind of heavily projection, or call it what you want, of course it's going to have some impact if you are right in front of the person, and if you definitely are already fragile in a way, and are sort of absorbing a certain way of thinking anyway. So then you are going to be attracting it sometimes. So this is the change that's coming up here. This person could have Libra in their chart, Pisces, we have Gemini. Yeah, and suddenly, Taurus, you're gonna, especially in the, let's say, as Mercury retrograde hits, date-wise, right? It's not about, I see here that you are going to leave part of you in the past for good. You are not going to bring that part of you into the future. You are deciding, a decisive moment, Taurus, that regardless of what's happened, if you have experienced, let's say, a negative situation, and you finding a way to get out of it with your mind, and this is following your higher self, and you feel that, oh, actually, yes, I know that situation might be around that, because I have decided to follow my inner guidance now, and I'm feeling positive, I'm looking at love differently. Hey, I rather look at it this way, because I actually have experienced what it feels to look at it this way, what you call facts. So again, you are changing your mindset, and you are pulling yourself away from, a situation, a way of thinking here, which is taking you, it's difficult, especially as a fixed sign. I think that's very, very difficult to do here, see? So with the Five of Swords, you are deciding, hey, I'm going to look at hope and my dreams and my happiness. I know where to find it. That's what I'm focusing on. Here with the Five of Swords, you are saying, yeah, Five of Swords is always going to be there. It's always going to be someone with their mind, their negative thinking, they're trying to pull me down here. So for many of you here, Taurus, I'm coming back in a minute. I'm going to get some water. So what I'm seeing from many of you, and sometimes I get a whole picture at the end, because that's just how it is. There could be two earth signs that was in a relationship, whether it's timing, you will know, okay? So that relationship, there's been some heavy duty conflict, and it's been bringing up heavy duty emotions, and the two of you could have been in that kind of world of dumping that on each other, and they could have locked head for a long, long time. No one wanted to give in here. One person was more wrong than the other, for example. So you know the situation of that. It's not about me saying who was wrong and who was right, but it's like this situation here brought both of you to a long haul time of wasting your time on something that cannot be resolved between the two of you, because you're not meant to be together. You cannot see eye to eye. When you cannot see eye to eye, and you only bring that a stalemate, and when you end up going to friends, family, and saying, oh, can't stand this person, or this all the negative stuff, it's like when that dispute goes on for a long time, meaning maybe years or months, or it's like you never get over it. It's like you live in this, and you hear many relationships, it's like, I think we all do it at some point. It's like, no, sorry, I can't leave because someone's paying my bills, or I can't leave because, it's always, you always have a choice, right? But most people, we say we don't have a choice in our relationship, whether it's a job or whatever relationship it is. We will always say that I don't have a choice, right? But we do. So Taurus, for many of you here, it is for you to pull yourself out of the situation or out of this way of thinking. And certainly if someone is in your life that is wanting to reel you in, wanting to make you stuck and stressed, and it's like it's almost impossible for you to get out of. And I think preparing yourself before the Mercury retrograde is always a good thing, although we can never like do that completely. I would say that you never know what wounds you are still carrying with anyone. You just don't. You might think like, I personally have been so surprised many times. It's like, oh, Mercury retrograde, so breezy, right? And then like, boom, something has been there triggering me, got up some emotion that I never knew existed. Now I analyze everything and I analyze Mercury retrograde, so that's where I remember it. But that can happen to you any time of year. So I feel here, Taurus, that something was triggered in a relationship that just continued to wallow up this whole lot of negativity. And there is a person here that most likely narcissistic, right? Or they have some really blocked things with their mind. It's not about diagnosing anyone, just whatever the case may be. It's not always about being one thing and like, oh, that person must be one thing. But it's about you and them bringing out the worst in each other. That's here. So while you bring out the worst in each other, even though that wasn't the original idea for you, you want to fight for justice. You're saying, no, I got to fight because I have kids that I need to protect and stuff. So, but it's more to do with you deciding like, you know what? Okay, give me all the facts you want about this person, this situation, all right? But is it making me happy to know the facts anymore? You're like, well, I wasted enough time on it. Now I'm going to spend time on what the positivity, what my dream life. So that's what I see the U-turn for you, a Taurus. And that's where I see this person here is being pulled into your life. I don't really think it's so important to know exactly who it is, but this is someone, you and them have a, like when you are together, when you come together, you are going to bring up this like love again. You're going to then be like, okay, why am I actually in a relationship? What's my reason for being in a relationship? What is it that I want? And you are realizing that you know, I do believe in love, and that a relationship it's going to give me romance. It's going to give me the, you know, the attraction, the physical touch. It's going to give me you know, a reason for being in the relationship that I value. And as you start to, you know, get involved with that way of thinking, you get out further away from whatever happened to you in the past, and that is also bringing in new success and also in your wealth. So congratulations as and when you get to that stage here, Taurus. It's an important and it's an important step. And I see for many of you have been doing a lot of work in the beginning of the year. So when you come into Mercury retrograde, you can actually have this experience where you are reuniting with someone that you have a past life connection with, that and because both of you have cleared this negative maybe emotions about something, you are starting this new life with the person that you love. So wow, that was a lot of energy. So honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. Maybe you are spy, someone's got their eye on you, you are doing your research. So for some of you could do this travel here, and it's like, yeah, it's just changing everything for you. And travel, you know, it's not always positive, but it's most of the time it is, because you're changing your environment as well. So I'm really happy to see that. So for those of you that feel that you have lost out on hope, or that there is a way for you to feel happy in love, perhaps because of someone else or the situation that's happened to you, and now you are going to look at it with different eyes here for sure. So love yourself first. It comes to self-love as well, getting to know each other, expecting positive outcome very soon, playfulness, see, and give your relationship a chance. It's safe for you to love here, romantic feelings, trust, yeah, see the chemistry, yeah. So I'm seeing a huge shift where you make a decision, Taurus, to, it's like you just make a conscious decision. You're saying, and the negative part of my thinking, it's definitely, if I was to describe it to someone, it's never going to be I'm never going to convert it into something positive, and that's okay. Or maybe if I say I'm deciding to be positive, if you're telling someone, you're going to hear that, how can it be positive? But you are deciding something for you, which is creating magic within you. You are deciding within you to say, I am going to feel happy. I'm going to take charge. I don't need to tell anybody around me, but I believe in myself. I believe that this happiness in love is there. And as you, it's almost subscribe to that path because you choose it, you actually see it unfold. And I feel here this person is meant to be on your path regardless. I feel here there's a person that is meant to, and they are near you, but this is bringing the two of you together much faster. Because this person have not got something recent. From some of you might have had something recent about a situation. This person have not. So this person have it's like they have gone through whatever, everyone goes through everything, but this person is very much about, they're flipped everything. It's like, okay, ace, 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 okay, boom. They might have a few obstacles here and there. This person might also teach you about why it is important to keep something to yourself, where some people might accuse this person of, they're a little bit sneaky, they have secrets, but they're saying something or teaching you something about keeping something secret until you are at the destination you want to, wherever it is. And that secret is very valuable. That secret is what's bringing the dream life. This person can be childish. This person can be someone that a lot of people would say, this person is like, they live in a dream life illusion or dream illusion, whatever, that they can make it to negative. But this person will show you that they're definitely, their mindset, they're like, maybe they believe in this lucid dreaming, even like when it comes to love, they are together, you and them will find that world of like the love that you actually want to experience your whole life. It's not about age at all. It's about the ingredient, the ingredient of love should feel the same anytime in your life here. So it's very beautiful to see when you meet this person here. It's going to be like you met for the first time as well. Some of you, this could be a friend or an acquaintance as well, Taurus. But you're going to be surprised that you're feeling a certain way about this person that you never felt before as well, because you were too, like, this way of thinking, that situation was absorbing you and kind of clouding like your emotions. You are sort of going like a phoenix. That's how you're coming up here, Taurus. So congratulations for making it there. If you're not there yet, trust me, you will get there, and it's very soon. So wow, quite the reading. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead, Taurus. See you very soon.